Today's video will feature the Stuck Grand Prix, but first of all, if you missed the previous video at Imola, then I recommend you go and check the one out before seeing this one, because, spoiler, it was another P8, again, so-so performance, yeah, so go and check the one if you haven't seen that one. We are doing okay though. R&D wise, minor rear downforce would be beautiful. We have that tyre wear upgrade on the car now. We're just waiting for minor weight reduction, and then that another weight reduction to hopefully, which should unlock a load of other stuff on that side. As Major Engine Power has decided, you know what, I can't be bothered to go on. Yeah, I don't have quite enough resource points to purchase this, so I will repurchase that in between practice and qualifying. But take a look at the R&D chart then. There are some upgrades, slight ones for Red Bull. We brought an upgrade, can't in the life of me remember what that actually is. Alpine have also brought an upgrade. They might move in front of Aston Martin to Sauber brought an upgrade, so they're no longer they are still the slowest, but they're not the slowest by a long way, as they were slowest in Imola. But of course, we'll have to wait and see who will be slowest as we move to qualifying for the Monaco Grand Prix. Of course, this is the most crucial qualifying session of the year, and yes, if you haven't seen this already, the player has a massive pace advantage over the AI at this circuit, and I'm not joking. I put the AI up 3, and the first lap was good enough for P4. Albon's up here as well though, so maybe it's just our car that's looking good potentially. First sector, I'll just take P4, make that P5 as the two Ferraris improve. I've managed to make a bit of time out of Casino down the hill now towards the hairpin, as well as slowest corner on the F1 calendar. As we move down the hill, seaside. Obviously, no, you can't really see the sea down here at Portier anymore. In game, you still can, but in real life, you can't because they built all those hideous apartments there. So we moved down then to the Noble Chicane. Still half a tenth up on previous best time, but yeah, ignore that. Nothing to see there through the Noble Chicane. Yes, we move then in towards the purple medal sector, ladies and gentlemen. That seems to where the pace is, as well as we move then towards Raskas, 2.5 tenths gain now on my previous best time, into the final corner, which is anti-nose, up to activate DRS, which is pretty useless around here, up to the line. It's lost a little bit of time out in anti-nose there, and it will remain P4 then as well to 2 Red Bulls, 1, 2. It's actually in fact 2 Red Bulls, 2 Ferraris and 2 Williams are your top 6 there as well. Lawson up there in 7th, a rare position for him as he could get Racing Bull's first point of the season. McLaren and Mercedes both having shockers there. Antonelli down in P16, although his rating probably paid a hand to that. Well, we'll see what we can do from 4th place. But it's time for the race of today's Monaco Grand Prix.
Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo Casino, first opened in 1863, and of course a certain road race first held in 1929. There is no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. The prestigious Circuit de Monaco then is not all that dissimilar today to the layout that made its debut almost a century ago. It's 2 miles and 19 corners through the streets of Monte Carlo, and although the average lap speed of around 93 miles per hour is the lowest of the season, the tiny margins for error make it the natural habitat of the safety car. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Yuki Tsunoda completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Phoenix, Sir Lewis Hamilton and Albon, Lawson, Piastri, Alonso and Esteban Ocon, Russell, Norris, Gabriel Bortoleto and Gasly, Antonelli, Behrman, Nico Hulkenberg and Jack Doohan, Hadjar, And Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes. Alongside me is Anthony Davidson. It feels like an obvious question, but I think everyone wants to know, at this stage, are you nervous or excited?
Probably at the start of a race, it's where your heart rate's at its highest in anticipation. And you've got to be in the right mindset. You've got to be thinking there inside the car, what can go right? How can I be opportunistic rather than what can go wrong? And how do I protect my position? Look forward and stay positive. It's easy to say, very hard to do when you're in that position.
Right, this track needs a lot of downforce, so we won't have as much top speed. The good news, though, is that it's going to make our DRS even more effective than normal. Try to make the most of it in the race and quali if you can.
You know what? I prefer Jeff. Jeff with his no horizons and race strategy. That is vile. What on earth is that? Yeah. I'd love to do soft, medium, but knowing the tyre wear on this game, that is just not possible. Like, we are going to be, look at that, some of the maximum tyre wear is like at 77% really. So yes, nevertheless, it's going to be medium, hard, medium, which I think the AI are probably going to do as well, maybe. As well. No, hards to start the race. That is interesting. 5 red lights then for the Monaco Grand Prix, and away we go from 4th on the grid. It's a poor start as usual because this is on the old patch still, as well as Tsunoda takes the lead then from his teammate Max Verstappen. And I've got Max Verstappen as well as we move up the hill. Meanwhile, Liam Lawson, he's had a good start. He's on the mediums as well. He's got in front of Albon. Alonso's also going to get in front of Albon. Albon will try and stick this around the outside, but Alonso's the better traction on the inside. So Albon with a poor start down to P8. So watching the 2 Haas cars making an overtake on the 2 Alpines. One will work, the other will not, basically, as they go side by side round the hairpin. Now this is a problem area for the AI. The final corner, they lose 2/10 through that corner as well. Obviously out the final corner, sorry, I'm talking about between Raskas and Antino's, the final corner. That's where they're really slow. They're also a bit slow through the Noble chicane there, all over the back of Tsunoda there, but not really able to get past Tsunoda here as well. Again, having a better exit out the Noble chicane, but not really able to do anything with that. So I'm sort of stuck between the 2 Red Bulls. And as we move to lap 7, I've lost DRS. The tyre wear is now gone up to past the 25%, so it's into phase 2 on the medium tyres. I'm taking these mediums longer than the second set that I'll be on later in the race. To be honest, this 2 stop's probably favouring me compared to the AI. We know the AI have better tyre wear than the player on this game. Mostly, I suspect, due to the tyre temps, but Verstappen has also decided to come in with me, as that is the medium is off hard on 2.4 second stop and out in front of Verstappen as well. Where will I come out? Behind Antonelli. Antonelli stuck behind Gasly. That looks like I'm going to get in front of Behrman. I am. What's going to happen here is Max Verstappen, he's going to be stuck behind both Behrman and Hulkenberg. I don't think he's going to be very happy with that. He's got his new mediums on. This was his chance to be all over the back of me. Yes, there is Tsunoda. Can I get him? No, I can't. Tsunoda's now on the same tyres. He's done 2 sets of hard tyres, which I didn't have the options. Verstappen's done a purple 14.7. There's no really getting that as well. And look at that, Verstappen's just closed up to the back of me. But moving to lap 18, Verstappen, he closed up to the back of me for a few laps there, but decides to pit. Both Tsunoda and myself. So again, once these hards were awful for me. I just had no feel on them whatsoever. Tsunoda just was not. I was not really able to challenge Tsunoda like I was in the first stint. What's the tyres going to be? 2.3 second stop onto the mediums. And Yuki is going to be fuming because I've ghosted through him, and technically I am in front of him, but of course that's because Verstappen has undercut us. Verstappen will have the lead, of course, as well. And great shout out to my teammate Alex Albon. Remember the fact that he was behind both Lawson and Alonso. He's jumped Alonso. Lawson has lost out way a big time. I'll come back to him shortly, but already Tsunoda, it's heartbreak for him. He had a good start to the race, but he didn't have the pace here. I've gone purple middle sector on these mediums, absolutely loving life. Verstappen and I are running away from everyone else. Lawson here, though, is holding everyone up. He's in P10, so this is a great chance for Racing Bulls still to score a point. They haven't done so far, I believe, in this career mode of mine as well. But yes, after that, nothing really happened. Verstappen was still setting fastest lap. Tyre wear came in for me, but I was still able to keep in front of Tsunoda. Ladies and gentlemen, though, it is a first podium of the season, which I'll take it. Don't get me wrong, I will take a podium any day of the week. It's just that I don't think I deserved it. If the AI were 2/10, weren't losing those 2/10 in between Rascasse and Antinous, I think they would have been, if they'd been 2/10 faster, even then they still need a bit. Albon with a 14.8 there, so he set a faster time than me. Only him and Norris in the 14s there. Everyone else was slower than that. My best was only a 15.0, showing my true pace. Obviously, people getting stuck behind each other, etc. etc. A real shocker lap times there in the 16s there as well. So yes, in terms of the Drivers' Championship, well, Russell didn't actually do anything really, so I've moved in front of him. Albon's moved in front of Antonelli, so this is a good day for Williams in our fight now soon with Mercedes, because it moved into 4th place. Mercedes are not having a good time of it. The fact that Williams, you bear in mind we technically are Mercedes junior driver and we're ahead of both their drivers. So we've got a driver rival rating with Yuki Tsunoda as well. Yes, this is obviously a rogue result. I put the AI. So the previous race at Imola, I was on 93 AI. Just for context, as again, and the stats are broken, by the way. The ratings they've been broken for a while, and they're still broken on April 25, by the way, as you'll see there. But yes, I put the AI up to 96 for qualifying and 98 for the race, and that was the pace there. So you're looking at a 5+5 swing there compared to what I normally run on April 25, and yeah, wind tunnel engineer lost a little bit. I think the specialists they haven't done any work with them whatsoever since April 24. So yes, that's not really surprising though. My team's the big focus. I just love a few tweaks here and there, please, in future patches, please, for career mode, because they are patching driver career mode. Obviously, they fixed the APX Grand Prix. That was a reason why. I'm not entirely sure if you can add them after season 1 as well, but if not, then I might have to twiddle with something. Twiddle? That's not a word. Tweak some things potentially, or do something. I'm not entirely sure. Yes, P2, fantastic result. Obviously, not really reflective of everywhere. Probably would have been around where Albon was, P6, P7. Had the AI not lose so much time out of the Noble Chicane, and also the crucial 2 to 3 tenths between Rascasse and the Anthony Nose corner. The next race is at Spain, and then after that, as I mentioned in the Imola race, still haven't fixed Canada, so I do need to have a look at that. There might not be, we might have to skip Canada and miss it from the game still if I can't get it to work at a minimum. But you might not see if. That might take a little bit of time, so if you don't see a video after Spain, you'll know why. But I'll remind you guys again at the end of the Spain video, which will be out next week. Speaking of which, later in the week, I've got something a little bit different coming to the channel F25 with the decal editor, so stay tuned for that. But that is where I'm going to leave today's video. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, see plenty more F125 Kruma videos as they come out. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your day, and goodbye.